Hey y'all, my name is Maij. I use they, them pronouns, and I work as one of the assistant director at the Center for Multicultural Affairs, also known as the CMA, here at Duke University. Today, I will be offering our second part in our Majestic Mondays coming out of the center. For those who are new to this, Majestic Mondays is a monthly offering that is released by the CMA on the first Monday of every month, which just includes me, Maij, offering a tarot reading using tarot cards to help folks get some guidance, some lessons, some direction for the upcoming month that we're coming into. Last month, we released a September Majestic Monday where I talked about some of the things that were going to come up in September. And because we are moving into the month of October, I will be offering some guidance, some clarity, and some direction for our communities as we step into another month here in fall semester. So, because we are moving into October, we are moving into spooky season, and we are moving out of summer and into autumn. We just passed our fall equinox. I wanted to offer a reading to kind of help us transition into the season of autumn. And so I found a really beautiful tarot spread online that really resonated with me. What we will be sifting through for this tarot reading is what is the overall theme for October? What lessons are we taking from September into October with us? What is burning out from the season of summer, from the season of the sun? And what is waiting for us as we step into the autumn season? So we will start from there. Feel free to get what you need from this reading and also put back what you don't need. I'm someone who strongly believes in that folks get what they need to get from things, and folks have the agency to also not receive things or put things back that they feel like doesn't resonate with them. So with that being said, I will begin. When we are thinking about what is the overall theme for October, I pulled the card of death. And again, for folks who are not familiar with this deck, this is the New World Tarot deck by Christy Rhodes. In this card of death, which again symbolizes what is the overall theme for October, I want to remind folks that death doesn't always literally mean physical death, right? And I also want to remind folks that death outside of Western colonial constructs of death isn't always necessarily a bad thing, right? When we think about death and we think about death within tarot, death can also mean transformation. Death can also mean decomposition, deconstruction, and also a shifting of seasons, the ending of chapters. And so when we think about October and death being the overall theme of October, I want to remind folks that as we leave the season of summer and we move into the season of autumn, we can be inspired by the transformation and the transitions and the changes in temperature, ecosystem, and environment that the season of autumn can bring to us, right? Summer was light, beauty, joy, fun, redemption. We're not in classes as much as we are. The academic school year hasn't really started as it typically does. People are getting breaks in different ways. People are internships and stuff like that. We moved through August to September. We came back to campus. We are getting acquainted with our class schedules, our work schedules, our relational schedules, our new systems and patterns of moving through a new academic year. And so by the time we get to October, we are entering into midterm season. We are closing out our first assignments, our first quizzes, our first projects. We are The glimmer and the glam of the start of the new academic year has kind of worn off at this point, right? We're kind of like, oh, we in classes now. Oh, we are in the middle of the semester now. We are kind of in that mid stretch point of a marathon where we don't have the energy that we have at the beginning, but we don't have the finish line quite in sight yet. And so October can often, for a lot of folks in our communities, feel like a period of death in the sense of, I feel the discomfort. I can feel the change weighing on me. I can feel the effort and the energy and the impact that my work is taking on me, that my classes are taking on me, that my relationships can be taken on me. And so the theme for October is a period of transformation, a period of change, the closing out of certain chapters and the opening up of different chapters. It is the opening up of the next phase of the semester, this next transition period that we're going into in the academic year. Moving on, what lessons are we taking from the month of September into October? I pulled the Three of Pentacles. You can see a group of people here. They look like they're organizing towards something. They look like they're working as a team. You can see the word the team in this corner here. They look like they are planning, strategizing, communing, coalition building together, right? And so the lesson that we're taking from September that I'm getting from this card is cohesion, tangible cohesion, right? I talked about the glimmer and the glam of the beginning of the year fading off. This is around the time period where people start honing in on midterms are coming, honing in on half of the semester has kind of come and gone now. And now we're trying to figure out how to set ourselves best to close out the semester strong. People are thinking about, I kind of have my schedule down pat by this point, hopefully. I kind of know the ebb and flow of when I'm going to hang out with my friends, what times I'm going to my job, what kind of work assignment and task completion schedule works best for me, when I'm eating, when I'm drinking water, when I'm working out, when I'm just finding time and space for myself. The number three, when you think about the number three, you know how people think about 3 times a charm, right? You might have tried and failed on 2 other occasions at the beginning of the semester. And now right here, as you're hitting your stride at the midpoint of the semester, you're like, 3rd time's a charm. I might have tried and failed or succeeded in a couple of different ways, but by this point, I'm trying to solidify what actually works for me in consideration of what is also happening in my larger university communities, what is actually happening within my larger university context and ecosystems, right? What is burning out in the season of the sun? What is, like we talked about earlier when it came to death and transition and transformation, what season has passed, right? What season has passed already for us? I pulled the 10 of Cups, which at the bottom here is the word safety. You see, it seems like an older person sitting next to a younger person. They look like they're in kind of a space of rubble, a space of discernment, a space of kind of like some seasons have passed, and now we're kind of looking out towards the horizon for the future. The 10 of Cups often reminds us of community, right? But if this card is situated in what is burning out this season of the sun, what is burning out for a lot of people at this point is not that community is burning out, but this is the time to focus on you. This is the time to hone in on you. It's not that you can't be in relationship with other people. It's not that you can't connect with folks in the ways that you want to connect with. It's not that you don't care about your friends. It's not that you don't care about your coworkers. It's not that you don't care about your colleagues. But when you're in the middle of a marathon and you can feel yourself, your body burning out, it's really hard to sustain yourself and the work that you're hoping to do when you're worried about everybody else, right? This is around the time everyone kind of gets overstimulated. This is around the time where everyone, because the season is getting colder, because the air is getting colder, because the temperatures are changing, seasonal depression could also be coming in for folks around this time because there is less daylight. You can visibly see the sun going down earlier and earlier in the day. At this point, folks are kind of buckling in, securing themselves, and focusing on themselves in a way that is fortifying a way not just for them, but fortifying in a way for other people as well. The phrase that comes up for me is, when you abandon yourself, you abandon those who have loved you. When you abandon yourself, you have also abandoned those who have loved you. Because at the end of the day, if someone really cares about you, if someone really wants your flourishing and your success and your sustaining, they're going to understand that at this point, a lot of us are tired. And because a lot of us are tired, we are having to prioritize differently. We are having to adjust our energy levels differently. We are having to reassess, reimagine, and reprioritize our capacities to do the things that we want to do so that we can really make it towards the end of the semester, because you are of no use to anybody if you have nothing left to give to yourself. You are of no use to anybody if you have nothing left to give for yourself, okay? I'm gonna pause and let that sink in a little bit before we get to our last card. A deep breath in and a deep breath out. Our last card and our kind of concluding card for this tarot reading for October is, what is waiting on me to focus on in autumn? Since we are honing in and we're focusing on ourselves in the period, in the season of serving everybody else at the expense of ourselves, that period is burning out because we're reaching the midpoint of the semester. What we are focusing on as autumn comes to our doorstep is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, right? The roots of fire. You see, it looks like a beautiful dandelion, a plant sprouting from hard ground into the air, illuminated like a burning bush. This is giving bonfire, right? This is giving bonfire. What are we focusing on this autumn is, what is that thing, that practice, that ritual, that saying, that motto, that mantra? What is that encouragement, that validation, that affirmation that will be your bonfire, that will be your illumination as the skies get darker, as the winter comes closer, as everything around us starts to naturally decay and decompose over time, when the skies get darker, when people start shuttering into their dorms and their homes because it's getting colder outside. We're entering in that period of seasonal depression for a lot of us who live with different mental health stuff. We are focusing on stoking the flame of that bonfire that keeps us warm, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and if you're spiritual, spiritually as well, during the season where it starts getting colder, right? and we are, and the sky is starting to get darker. You need to focus on that illumination. You need to focus on what will keep you warm and what will keep your world lit while the sun goes down sooner, so that you can feel safe, secure, and supported during this season. Okay? Because change can be a lot, transitions can be a lot. Some of us are excited about that pumpkin spice latte coming back into Starbucks, right? Some of us are excited about this idea of communing with family and friends. Some of us are excited about warm Netflix cuddles in our dorm room bed. Like, whatever keeps you warm when outside gets colder, be focused on stoking that. Be focused on fueling that. Be focused on sustaining and fueling yourself, because that is the preparation that will carry you through the rest of this semester until we get to our next Majestic Monday in November, which is coming very, very soon. So I hope that that reading helps you. I hope that that reading sustains you. And I hope to see you at some CMA events this coming October, such as our first Friday breakfast that will be happening on Friday, October 6th from 9:30 to 11 next Friday. So see you soon. Thank you so much for this time and space. Take care of yourselves, and have a wonderful October, y'all.